it's a lot that those have to fight through just to get to treatment, just to get to recovery. What's up, fam? Welcome back to Cutting It Up, where I'm your host, Vernon Miles, and I brought with me some special guests to tackle on the topic of alcohol and drug addiction. So I want y'all to stay in tune with me on this segment of Cutting It Up. Is it something that they gotta get to, like a wake-up call, or what they say, you know, you done hit the ground level?
Gotta hit
Or
your
you
bottom.
hit your rock bottom.
Gotta hit your bottom.
I want to defeat this disease, demon, generational curse, whatever we call it.
Honestly, I don't think it's pressure so much. I feel like a lot of women go through identity crisis.
I'm taking so much on, but I forgot all about my disease. I thought I could relax and go and have a sip of wine, you know, because I was just so stressed, you know, and I needed extra help, and we didn't have a ministry like that. And I relapsed, and man, that's embarrassing. By me going for myself, I had to love myself. I had to get in line with God of my understanding, you know, to restore me back to a life of sanity. You know, I couldn't go for my wife. I couldn't go for my respect. I couldn't go for my children. I had to really go for myself. So I want y'all to stay in tune with me on this segment of Cutting It Up. Welcome back to Cutting It Up, y'all. And I brought some special guests with me on this panel. And at this time, I would like for them to introduce themselves, because they've been a very special part of my life. I want to start with you, brother?
My name is Eddie, and I'm an addict. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for allowing me to be anywhere clean and sober. April the 4th, 2004 is my clean date, and it's a blessing to be here to cut it up with my man Vernon Miles. We grew up together, so we're gonna knock this thing out.
My name is Eddie, and I came in June of 1983, and I am an alcoholic. I had no desire to drink a drug today.
Right.
I'm Joseph. I'm a nurse in the field of addictions treatment, and I'm with a ministry called Substance Use Resources and Education, and it's just doing big things, and Big Vernon is doing big things too. So I'm glad to be here.
All right, man, we're going to just jump right on in it.
Let's do it.
You know, let's do it. You know, the first thing I want to put out there, what is alcoholism, and what is drug addiction? I mean, what defines, who is an alcoholic? What is alcoholic, and what is drug addiction? Who would like to tackle that first? So we can just, you know, get the flowing.
Well, I'm still here through my practice, through my alcoholism. It ain't how much you drink, and what happens when you drink. You know, it ain't got nothing to do how much and how little. And I know, because I am an alcoholic. I came from the streets. I came from the gutters. I drank riches while I was rose. I even like the name, you know.
That's right.
It took me to a lot of places, man. You know, it took me to a lot of places that I didn't want to go.
Right.
See, it's a threefold disease. See, it's not, alcohol was my problem. I was the problem. Alcohol and drugs was just a symptom of the problem. Every time I drink, I became a problem. That's alcoholism. You know, it ain't, you know, you'll have many information on what it's about. All I know for my experience, what it took me. You know, it's cunning, it's baffling, and it's powerful.
That's right, most
I
definitely.
know that for experience. You know what? I didn't know that till I came into the 12-step program. You know, until I came into the 12-step program, I got the understanding that alcohol never was my problem. I was.
Right.
And then, and through the 12-step program, I became willing to accept that I am an alcoholic.
That's good acceptance. Yep. Eddie, you want to Want to take it? What is alcoholism to you?
I mean,
okay.
I think everybody has their own perspective on what it is for him or her. I totally agree with what Mr. Eddie said. I'm a addict, a drug addict that suffer from the disease of addiction. So I more or less focus on the disease and not actually the drug itself. I do understand that I can't put any mind, mood, altering chemical in me. Once I do, I'm off to the races. So just like Mr. Eddie, we have a program which allows us to be able to deal with situations like that. And understanding that, just like he said, alcohol or drugs is a symptom of my disease. What I have to do, I have to go inside and find out what the problem was. And when I found out, the problem was always me. And by the time I started being able to deal with me, I could deal with the situations around me better.
That's right. So Brother Eddie is bigger than just you know, putting a drug or putting a drink in you. It's like your whole life have to recover from the disease.
Well, I can say it's bigger, but what I'm trying to say is there's individuals that can drink successfully.
Mm-hmm.
They can, you know what I mean?
Right.
But for myself, what I understand is something occurred in my life when I was young that I wanted to suppress. I used over my feelings and emotions. So for me, I wanted to suppress some things that was happening when you're young. And somebody said, try this, and I tried it and it worked. But it didn't work for good. It only worked for a minute. And the progression of this thing that we call the disease, I have to keep on using more to be able to suppress what I was suppressing, and next thing you know, I have a habit.
Right.
So now I'm no longer suppressing my feelings and emotions, now I'm chasing the drug.
That's right.
So what Narcotics Anonymous taught me to is learn how to deal with my feelings and emotions. And if I'm learning how to deal with my feelings and emotions, I don't have to go back there.
That's
and
right.
that's what I learned how to do.
That's right. Even for myself as being a host, you know, I have my struggles with alcoholism, and what let me know that I was alcoholic when I went with the first step. You know, I had to admit that I was powerless over it, and that my life had become unmanageable, and it became unmanageable in so many ways. You know, I like to hear from you, Brother Joseph.
Well, all of what you're saying is, everything I've been hearing is just good. I mean, I'm on the side of treating the person with an alcohol use disorder. We say alcoholism, alcohol use disorder. And this is a person that's been drinking, and it has caused their life to become unmanageable. And they continue to drink or drug despite the harm it causes them or the others around them. And we use the word disease a lot. Some people kind of fight that word, but there is a disease because the substance alters the brain, and that person is not functioning as well as they should. And so that could be mild, that could be severe, or it could be a moderate manageability. But in any way, if you can look and see that you don't have control, you become powerless over the substance, now the substance has control over you. And I think when people start out, they sort of control it. They know how much money they're going to spend, how much time they're going to spend using it. But after a while, it takes over them, and they spend a lot more money than they want to spend. They spend a lot more time. They use a lot more than they want to use. And so now they're in the throes of addiction. They're in the throes of addiction.
Can I say something?
Right, sure.
It ain't. Once you come across that line, you know, like you said, first you start off real good, but once you come across that imaginary line, when it was good, it's no good no more. You know, it stopped working.
Right.
That's when the disease take over.
Sure does.
You know, it stopped back in 1935, farther than that. They didn't know it was a disease. Two co-founders came together and shared their experience of hope, and they found out it was a disease. That's why a lot of alcoholics and addicts have problems, because they couldn't identify the disease part. See, like I said, because of the 12-step program, 1983, when I came in June the 20th, I was a boy. They had no idea what I was getting myself into. To other people, my predecessors, old timers, came into my life and showed me that I can stay sober in spite of what's going on. This is not only a stop drinking, it's a start living. But you said admitting, see, I had to admit, then I had to accept
That's right.
this process. Until I accept this process, I became willing. You know, because my way did not work. Like my friend Eddie said, my way just didn't work. You know, so people who before me, men and women, showed me that I could stay sober. Until I became willing, I could no longer swear off the grace of God. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because I was doing it my way, and my way kept me drinking. And no mistake about it. My way kept me drinking alcohol.